I always get asked how I became the voice of Mickey Mouse, and really my origin story of becoming an artist is kind of one and the same. To steal one of Walt's lines, it all started with a mouse. Disneyland was my happy place, but when I couldn't get to Disneyland, I was absorbing all kinds of Disney books, music, and especially any of Walt's old TV shows, the Disneyland TV series, The Wonderful World of Color. From there, I just developed a love of hand-drawn animation and the artwork that they were creating, and so I became fascinated. And the first character I ever learned to draw was Mickey Mouse. My dream was to be a Disney artist, specifically a Disney animator back then, and that kind of set me on a course to pursue art. That catapulted me into the opportunity that led to voicing Mickey. So it's all kind of one and the same, but really it just started with a love of the mouse, a love of storytelling, and a love of the Disney magic that I think we all share. Big fan of Frank and Ollie, The Nine Old Men, Mark Davis, loved his work, Walt Disney. I mean, the transition from art to voicing Mickey, yeah, there is a very short lineage. It was Walt Disney, and then, as far as I know, no other voice has been able to draw Mickey since Walt. I think it's a really special thing, and for me, it's really helpful when performing Mickey because I imagine Mickey in my head like I draw him on the page. I see this little 2D animated character bouncing around with all the line work. That knowledge of Mickey as a drawn entity definitely informs how I perceive him and how I portray him in the vocal qualities as well. I was fortunate enough at a very young age to have parents who both really encouraged anything creative. While driving past the Walt Disney Studios one day out in Burbank and talking about my dream of working there someday, my mom said, "Why don't you write them a letter and see, if they'd be willing to hire you to sharpen animators' pencils or serve them coffee?" I was 9. But, that's the type of encouragement my parents gave me, and so I knew no better. I went home and I wrote a letter and I sent it out to Walt Disney Animation, and a while went by, but eventually one day I got a response in the mail that was from Walt Disney Animation. And somebody took the time to write me a 3-page letter outlining all the books I should read and the habits I should take on and potentially the schools I should look into if I was really interested in pursuing this. And that meant a lot to me, but the biggest piece of advice I got out of all that was to draw every day. I remember them just saying, draw everything around you, your family, your pets, your friends, but most importantly, draw every day, because it is true, practice makes perfect. And so, within that, you will find that you're exploring the things that are interesting to you, and you'll kind of narrow down your voice, but I think there's nothing better than practicing the thing that you love.